One's ready. One's ready. Go!
Hey everybody, welcome back to the One's Ready podcast. This is your daily drop for the 23rd of April. Listen, I'm kind of on one today, so I don't know how this is going to go, and I haven't read through these. However, the good news is I did get the public affairs data dump, so I think we are back on track with the news, but I can't guarantee tomorrow or Friday, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you to everybody who's been signing up for the Operator Training Summit in June in San Diego. It's going to be a great event. We've already taken feedback from the last two that we've done, and we've improved things already and made immediate changes. So this one is going to be better than the last two, and then subsequent ones after that are going to be even better than the ones that we're doing in June. So before we go into that, though, head over to onesready.com. Once you're there, top right-hand corner, hit prep, then hit partner discounts, drop down until the very first person you see is going to be 18A Fitness. That's 18 Alpha Fitness, 18afitness.com. Use the promo code #1 and ready to get yourself a discount on a tailor-made fitness program for you, whether you're going to BUDS, Air Force Special Warfare Pipeline, Special Forces Assessment and Selection, doesn't matter, or you're just trying to get in good shape. Coach Edge has got you covered. He will tailor make a program for you based off of your current fitness level, where you need your fitness level to be, and how much time you have to get there. Also, he knows how to scale. So if there's equipment that he recommends that you don't have access to, he can scale it for you to get you, everything that you need to. So, all right. If you guys are new here, this is the news that the Public Affairs Office sends out to all of the Air Force and Space Force commanders and the chiefs. And then I have basically shrunk it down to give you the gist of each one of these. And that's what it is. And if I can, I'll give you, insider baseball to it if I know anything about it. And if I don't, maybe I'll give you your opinion on it, or maybe I'll just let you know what's going on. So, and I'll try and not be as sarcastic, because like I said, I am on one today because it's been a day already. All right, joint news. Former advisors face leak probe charges. Defense Secretary indicated that former aides Dan Caldwell, Colin Carroll, and Darren Selnick, recently fired, may face criminal charges due to a Pentagon leak investigation. The aides deny leaking information amid heightened scrutiny over Hexeth's own sharing of sensitive Yemen strike plans in a signal chat. This keeps coming up like it's crazy. Now, I will say the DoD, especially the Air Force, for whatever reason, does seem to be very, very hard to the paint, go hard to the paint on OPSEC and security breaches and that kind of stuff. So I don't know, maybe it is a double standard, maybe it's not. But I'll tell you right now, like, if this was an enlisted airman that did this, he'd probably have some paid work and or be getting kicked out. Just saying. But at the same time, none of the information in there, from what I've seen, at least what I have seen, is classified at all. So I don't know. Maybe it's just OPSEC and not actually a classification spillage or leak. All right, next. Defense Secretary signal chat source revealed information about Yemen airstrikes shared with Defense Secretary via signal oriented from secure messages by the U.S. Central Command commander. Oh man, the CENTCOM commander got in there. Whoo! The CENTCOM commander, messages sourced from the CENTCOM commander despite Hexeth's claim of unclassified communications. Hexeth used personal devices to relay this data in 2 signal chats, ignoring prior warnings about unsecure systems. Dude, now you're getting 4-star generals in there too. Like, it's, you get spicy. All right, Transcom embraces AI and drones. U.S. Transportation Command's new commander, General Randall Reed, is expanding AI and data analytics using tools like the Maven Smart System to enhance operational efficiency. The command is also testing aerial and nautical drones for short-range logistics to support theater commanders, particularly in the Indo-Pacific theater. Yeah, this is a good thing. We do need to embrace more AI and the usage of drones or unmanned aerial vehicles, whether it be airlift or logistics supply or anything like that. Like that is a true statement. We need to do that more. NORTHCOM, border security operations. U.S. Northern Command service members are conducting security operations along the U.S.-Mexico border in New Mexico, authorized to detain trespassers and provide emergency medical support. General Gregory Gillet emphasized that detained individuals be handed over to Customs and Border Protection or other law enforcement. Yeah, right on. I'm sure a lot of those 18-year-olds that are getting to go out there that have been sitting on their ass without an operation are more than happy to go down there and do some work. All right, that was joint news. This is Air Force news. ACE, or Agile Combat Employment Implementations Challenges. A RAND report highlights confusion among airmen about agile combat employment, particularly in operational roles, due to unclear mission-ready airmen concepts. It recommends better training, alignment, and addressing staffing shortages to ensure readiness for contingency deployments. If you guys aren't tracking what it used to be mission-capable airmen, now it's mission-ready airmen, and it's essentially like, hey, if you work in logistics and you happen to, drive forklifts, unloading, offloading stuff, we are also going to train you and have you at least be familiar with doing other mission sets like fueling aircraft, fueling vehicles, or loading and unloading. Hey, you already know how to drive a forklift? Great. We're going to have you load, unload off of some of our C-17s and C-130s, that kind of thing. So it's just mission ready means, or mission ready airman means that you have the capacity and the capability and training to do a multitude of different jobs. That's what that is. All right. IT infrastructure investment push. The Air Force CIO, Venice Goodwine, stressed the need for IT upgrades through the Base Infrastructure Modernization Program to counter adversary exploitation of vulnerabilities. Outsourcing non-military IT function helps the Air Force adopt industry best practices and maintains readiness. Yeah, anybody that has worked on a government computer knows that it is it is not great. And especially if you have a decent computer at your house that you work off and you're like, man, this thing runs great. And then you come to work and your stuff doesn't work very well. It's not only because of the cheapness of the computers, but it's also because of all the firewalls and all the security stuff that the Air Force has to put on there to make sure that the network is secure, and it bogs the computers down. Next, the Air Force Academy staff cuts. The Air Force Academy is facing uncertainty after 140 civilian resignations, with potential further layoffs threatening academic programs and credit hour reductions. Despite assurances of a world-class education, faculty warn that cuts could impact cadet training quality. Take it for what it's worth. It's anecdotal, but we just had some folks visit the Air Force Academy who are graduates of the Air Force Academy, and they said that things were not great there, that the morale is severely in the shitter, and academically, they were kind of blown away that some of the 400 series classes that were being taught would actually be considered a 100 or 200 series class. So I don't know. Maybe there's some Air Force cadets out there that can verify this. Maybe not. I know some graduates that can verify it. However, they would probably never come on here and say whether that is true or not. So, you can take my anonymous sources however the hell you want to. New Electronic Warfare Squadron. The Air Force activated the 23rd Electronic Warfare Squadron to enhance mission data reprogramming for command, control, and intelligence platforms under the 350th Spectrum Warfare Wing. The squadron aims to protect forces and disrupt enemies in the electromagnetic spectrum, boosting lethality. Affirm to that. Good job. North American radar upgrades. The Air Force selected sites in Oregon, Idaho, and Nevada for over-the-horizon radar systems to provide long-range detection of airborne threats. These systems are critical to prevent adversaries from approaching North American undetected, enhancing decision-making time. Whew. Yeah, that's a mouthful. I wonder if, hopefully, that these long-range detection systems are able to detect hypersonics, because that is a real threat. All right, Space Force news. Governors oppose Guard transfer. Governors Jared Polis and Kevin Stitt criticized a proposal to transfer Air National Guard units to the Space Force without state consent, violating federal law. The National Governors Association urges Congress to reject the legislative proposal 480 to preserve gubernatorial authority. Yeah, I mean, there are so many politics and so many regulations when it comes to National Guard, Air National Guard, and then total force. Like it's you have got to be wicked smart and spend a lot of time in this to understand it. Like you can't. I mean, when you move a unit or you deactivate a unit or even you create a new unit, like the amount of politics that goes into it and lobbying is unbelievable. So I'm not surprised that this is happening. Space Force Mission and Warfighting, Chief Master Sergeant John Benevetti outlined the Space Force's core function, including space access, global operations like GPS, and denying adversaries maneuverability. The new space warfighting framework establishes terminology to guide the service's warfighting strategy. Good. They need more doctrinal stuff. They're still a fledgling service that is doing great things and has a very extremely important mission, but there's still other things that are lacking in terms of the culture and that kind of stuff that they're still working through. So I'm on your side. You guys got this. Let me know if you ever need any help. All right, of interest, Defense Secretary Signal Chat probe expands. Senator Jack Reed called for a broader investigation into the Defense Secretary's use of Signal to share Yemen airstrikes, plan citing a national security risk. Reed criticized Defense Secretary's inexperience, arguing it contributes to a meltdown in the Pentagon management. Hey, that's his opinion. Whatever. Honestly, I'm really tired of talking about this Signal Chat stuff. U.S.-South Korea alliance strain, Trump's tariffs and demands to renegotiate U.S. troop costs in South Korea set at $1.2 billion annually threaten alliance credibility, experts warn. An imbalanced agreement could significantly harm bilateral relations, according to South Korean academics. I don't know enough about all the details of this to kind of give you an opinion on it. So I'm going to withhold any kind of opinion or judgment on that. Next, Lockheed pivots to F-35 upgrades. Lockheed Martin accepted Boeing's next generation air dominance contract win and will integrate NGAD developed technologies into F-35 and F-22 fighters. This approach aims to deliver 80% of NGAD, or next generation air dominance capabilities, at half the cost, creating a fifth generation plus F-35. Good. It's actually about time that some of these companies actually work together. But the amount of money and politics that goes into this just to get these two companies and others to work together and share code because it's proprietary is unbelievable. Like, hey guys, if we don't get it on team or we don't make this successful, there may not be an America to come back to. So we got to make sure that things are integrated correctly and work correctly. And you need to let the green suiters and the people that are actually going to be doing it train appropriately and train how they're going to fight, because they will fight how they train. And if they train shitty, they're not going to do well. That includes the joint synthetic environment world. Like, we've got to make sure that these simulators work at a very high level. Anyway, that's some insider baseball that you guys have may or may not know about, but that is, and I'm only skimming the very surface of it. So, Northrop B-21 production charge. Northrop Grumman took a $477 million loss on a B-21 Raider program to cover material costs and enable faster production if requested by the Air Force. The changes enhance manufacturing flexibility and support training sustainment capabilities. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of the price of doing business. Like when you start talking about research and development for aircraft, Northrop, Boeing, Lockheed, all that kind of stuff, they kind of have to do this off of their own dime. Now they usually have their own R&D pots of money that they go through, but man, that's just part of doing business. And when you're that big of a company, $477 million probably ain't that much for you guys in the grand scheme of things. Last one, U.S.-China space race urgency. China's anti-satellite space weaponry advancements threaten U.S. space leadership, risking a future where democratic principles are sidelined. The U.S. must prioritize winning the space race to ensure transparency and peace in the space exploration. 100% agree. We've talked about space for a long time. We've had some great guests on talk about it. So highly recommend going back through and checking those out. Anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Join us over at the Operator Training Summit in San Diego in June, specifically 21 and 22. And then honestly, we just appreciate all of you guys even being here. Who am I? Like, what's really going on right now? Like, this is wild. The fact that there are people even watching or listening to this, my dumbass voice. So anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Later.